It is November 1st, which is pretty wild. So here we are with the holidays. I can't believe it, but it's true. Sorry, let me just make sure we're going up and running everywhere else. It looks great. And Sue, where are you calling in from today? Are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, yep. Now I can.
Okay.
Where are you calling in from today?
I am in Marietta, Georgia, a suburb of Atlanta.
Georgia. Awesome. And just so everyone knows out there, what is your kind of like your professional title?
I am a financial advisor. Be my
Advisor.
title.
Okay.
Yes.
And so financial advisors have to get licensed in different states. So what states are you licensed in? Or do you have a lot? Some people have a lot of them, and that's a long list.
Yeah, I have several licenses. One of them allows me to do business in all 50 states. And the other one, I am currently licensed in Georgia, Illinois, Florida, Tennessee, Colorado, Louisiana, and soon to be California.
Oh, wow. Sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, she can help a ton of people out. Today we're talking about more generic items that relate to everybody, but if you ever have any financial questions, Sue is always here, one of our wonderful Purse Strings approved professionals. Purse Strings always gives financial education for women. We want to be talking about these topics because that's the only way we're going to learn about them. But then some of these processes are not done until they are tied up with a financial professional, whether that be an attorney, financial advisor, a money coach. Sorry about the sun right now. I'm so happy the sun's out today, but I am glaring. We have a wonderful list of vetted professionals who love to work with women. That's their target market. Stand the plight of women. They really want to be there and answer your questions. And that's how Sue McQueen got here today with us. So we're so excited to have her. Let's see. Oh, Barb jumped on here. Hey, Barb.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Hi, Sue. Nice to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah, so glad that you're bringing this important topic to us today as we near the holidays. As Maggie said already, November 1st today. So the holidays are upon us. Before we know it, we'll be cooking the turkey and then shopping for the holidays. But along with that comes a lot of expenses. So we wanted to make sure we teed up this topic now before, as we say, those credit cards start jumping and getting us in a little bit of trouble. So so great, Sue, that you're going to join us and give us a few tips on how to manage our monies during this kind of what can be an expensive time of year. And it's not just the gifts and things like that, but it's the wrapping, it's the food, and inflation. So many things have gone up. I think it has a lot to do with the supply chain and demand. And I've just noticed a lot of increased costs. So now is the time that we really need to make a plan. And if we're ready to rock and roll, Maggie with the beautiful sunlight on your face.
I can't get out of it right now. Every time I try to turn on this desk, it just gets brighter. So maybe a cloud will come by sometime. I'll just be illuminated until then.
You're glowing, but in a good way. I wish we all had that kind of sunshine. We don't have it here today, so you're lucky.
Yeah, so I really can't complain about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me get an intro to Sue, and then we'll get started. Anyone tuning on, please feel free to jump in, ask questions. It'd be great. So like we said, we have Sue today, and she helps clients create workable solutions to their personal finances, educate them about their financial options for building and protecting wealth. She closely works with her clients to help them create customized strategies for navigating retirement and other important life events. And so we are so excited to have you on. And let me grab my notes and just kind of jump in here.
Okay.
Let's pull these up. All right, so today we are talking about avoiding busting that budget for the holiday season. And just like Barb was saying, it has, it's more than always just the gifts or anything else. But we are starting this far out because we are doing that wonderful thing of planning planning. So first tell us, how planning for the seasons could really help our holiday budget when we kind of get started now rather than December 15th or something.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to the holidays, planning is key. You have to plan what you're going to be doing as well as budgeting for all of that. And, we have to plan for everything, the meals. Are you going to be doing the cooking or are you going elsewhere for the meals? Are you going to be traveling? Are you going to have expenses like gas and airfare, hotels, meals on the trip, things like that? And then of course, holiday gifts and all of that. So the earlier you plan for this and get a budget in place for it, the better off you're going to be. So, the starting point is doing the planning. That is the key to not have that horrible holiday hangover in January and February and March.
Definitely. It makes a big difference if you're hosting or if you're flying somewhere or if maybe you'll drive. But even, I've done those drives and they add up with different things here and there. So I can definitely, planning is very important. Gas is going up. So we got all those good things to think about.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, the big expense is, gifts. And what I recommend is, you set an overall spending limit and then make a list, of everybody that you're going to be giving gifts to this season. And then you can divide that spending limit accordingly on the list, however you want. But the key is set that spending limit and stick to it. Because that's, really going to be the thing that's going to run up the credit cards.
Definitely. So do you have a list that you work with every year, like on Excel? Do you have something that you use, or do you usually just handwrite it out and write different numbers? How do you go about starting that process? I always have the 5 people that I know I have to get gifts for, but then it seems, you forget the mailman if that's somebody you tip, or if it's, you're a house, someone who cleans your house. I'm dying over here in the sun. Mm-hmm. Someone who cleans your house and you want to give them a Christmas bonus, or anyone who that might be. How do you start about going about all that?
Yeah, I'm old school. I like to handwrite things, but other people like apps, they like Excel, they like notes in their phone, whatever. So really whatever works for you, but it's good to keep a list, and you're probably going to update that every year. It may change and stuff, but it makes it easier to plan when you have that. Because when you're planning, if you don't have that list, then, like you said, things pop up that, I forgot about the mailman. I forgot about this. And, I got to go do this. And so it's good to have that list and then just update it every year as you need to.
Definitely. That sounds great. And so they are, so we have these Black Friday deals that come out. Mm-hmm. Are we really, I know you're not the Black Friday expert, but is this really our best bet? Are they kind of saying these are the best deals and when they have these holiday season things? Or how do you not get caught up in all these credit cards they're going to offer you for the season and those tempting offers?
Yeah. So, everybody's going to have sales and they're going to have them throughout the year. Of course, the big ones that we always hear about are Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And yes, you can get some great deals, but those are not the only sales, So you want to kind of be watching, for the sales, compare prices of items from store to store. Some may have a good sale going on and you can get it at a good discount and things like that. So it's just kind of really being diligent and watching and stuff, and don't rely on only the Black Fridays and Cyber Monday sales, because you can get other good sales, that aren't advertised as much. And then, then you got to be mindful of the marketing gimmicks and tricks, because that's where people really get messed up. So, the main purpose of a store is to get the consumer to spend as much money while they're in the store as possible. That's what they're in business for, right? And so they've got great marketing that's very successful. They're doing their job and they're doing this. So some of the things that just to be aware of is stores will offer, hey, if you open up a credit card today, we'll give you 20% off on your entire purchase. That sounds great, fabulous. But what people don't realize is, okay, so now if I don't pay off that credit card at the end of the month, I'm going to be paying interest on those purchases, which is probably going to be more than the 20% discount that you got. Then, of course, when you're thinking, oh, well, I'm saving 20%, so I can buy more. So, of course, then that's going to add to your overall total as well. So it's a great way to get people to spend money because they're not realizing that they're really spending more than what they think they're spending.
Definitely.
So there's a lot of things. Go ahead. Sorry.
I want to jump in on that and say, or if we could touch on how credit cards are even, besides having the money to pay it off, it can affect larger things like credit scores and things like that as well. If you're opening a credit card at every store and, let's say you got 9 of them, if you're paying them off, that's one thing, but having 9 cars or opening and closing a lot can also affect your credit score. And so it's bigger sometimes than just the bill in January or, some more interest as well.
Right. Absolutely. It can certainly bring your credit score down because what they're looking at is you're opening up all of this new credit. So that sends up alerts and red flags as like, okay, why are they getting all of this credit all of a sudden? Do they have some kind of a financial emergency coming up? It's not going to reflect on your credit that you opened up this credit card just to get the discount on your Christmas shopping. So the more accounts that you have open, and especially say you open just 2, in a very short period of time, that's really going to negatively impact your score and bring your score down. And then if you are carrying balances on those as well, then that's even going to bring it down even further. So it's very, very tricky. So you want to make sure you're avoiding things that are going to, substantially impact your credit scores.
Definitely. Yeah. I just wanted to highlight that because I think sometimes we don't think far enough or through our goals of how even these little 20% off can actually, deter some of your later goals just because it's another credit score. It's a domino effect. Most things are.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's cumulative, it just,
exactly.
It keeps on going.
Definitely. So what other spending tips or marketing tricks should we be looking out for?
Okay, so another big one is like rewards. I don't know if you have Kohl's in your area, but Kohl's is very big down here, and you get Kohl's,
Oh yeah, tons of Kohl's Cash.
Yeah, so love Kohl's Cash, right? But the purpose of that marketing is to get you to come back to the store because you can't use that Kohl's Cash that day. You've got to come back. It gives you a date on there, within this window, you have to come back to use your Kohl's Cash. So they're getting you back into the store. And of course, you're going to spend more than what your Kohl's Cash is worth. So that's, their purpose is, hey, we're going to get you coming back. We're going to get you back in here. We're going to get you spending more money. So while it's nice to get that little reward, it's also incentive for you to spend more money.
Have you ever done, where it's like you have to spend $10 more to get the Kohl's Cash. So you spend the 10 more, but you really only got 10 back. Right. So they made you spend either way. And then you come back in. I mean, you stepped right into it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And then, of course, then you go back to redeem that $10 that, you spent that extra 10 to get. And then, of course, you're going to spend more than the $10 in the store, So it's just, it's good. It's great. It gets people back in the store. That's the purpose. The marketing is fabulous on that.
And it's a great deal if you were already buying your gifts and that's how much,
Yeah.
You got some, and then maybe you come back later and use that on some other gifts that you were planning about.
Right. Exactly. You have to be strategic about it. If you're going to be racking up the Kohl's Cash and you want to use it, then, ration out your shopping so that you can make that return trip and not be adding more purchases. You're just kind of spreading out your shopping.
Exactly. Yeah. Try to use it in your advantage.
Right. Exactly. Be strategic about it, and then it's great. Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. Great. Do you have any other tips that you would like to share on that?
Okay. Yeah. So some other things, impulse purchases. So have you ever gone to Target or Walmart or wherever you like to do your shopping, and you're just going to run in, for one or two things, going to be in and out real quick. Before you know it, you're coming out with a cart full.
That's almost weekly.
Yeah, right? Every time.
I mean, is there a time where you go to Target and that's not the case?
Yeah. So that's, I have to kind of go down the aisles like this. So those are impulse purchases. And, manufacturers actually pay premium dollar to get their products in strategic locations throughout the stores where they're going to be catching your eye, and you're going to be putting that in your cart. So you'll see displays in aisles, near the registers, all of that kind of stuff. Even premium spots on shelves, that are going to be eye level, or if it's something for kids, it's going to be down where a child's eye level is, and so forth. So they're very strategic about that, and it works. It gets us to, oh gosh, that's nice, let me add that to my cart. So those are the impulse purchases. So you want to be mindful of that, and try to avoid impulse purchases. And another thing is waiting until the last minute to do your holiday shopping, because then you're going to buy whatever it is that you find, and you're going to pay whatever price it happens to be. So waiting is not necessarily a good thing when it comes to your holiday shopping.
100%. Yeah, I'm a big waiter. Never turns out well. I will be honest about that one for sure.
Yeah.
But for the holidays, again, it always brings back to a lot of plannings on where you're going to get the gifts, where has the best deals, where you can, save a little all the time. And we actually had a different, one of our stylists on here, Lisa Ellis, one time, and she said a great tip for sometimes saving money on clothes or a store like that is to join their email list, wait a day, and you'll get a 20% off coupon because they want you in the store. And so use that and, print out the coupon or scan it or whatever. And then you get your 20% off, no credit card. And then you should unsubscribe from the emails before you're buying from them weekly. Because we know how that is as well.
Right.
You're right. I do need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good tip.
It's a great tip. So what other tips do you have to save on this, before you break the budget?
Yeah. So just kind of tips for saving money. Well, number one, and it's kind of late in the year now to be starting this, but, for next year, the best way to budget is to set aside an amount every month for your holiday fund. So you can just, put that money in a cookie jar. You can put it in envelopes. You can have a special savings account for your holiday fund, something like that. But if you're putting money away all year long, then when it comes to the holidays, you're not putting that extra strain on your budget. You're not running into having to put things on credit cards and then going to be paying interest on those for several months trying to get them all paid off and stuff. So if you plan ahead of time and then you set aside money every month, it's going to be much, much easier to get through the holidays without a big dent in the budget.
$100 a month seems a lot easier than a nice credit card bill, $1,200,000 at the end of the year.
Right, exactly, exactly. And some other couple of quick tips. Save your loose change. That adds up over a year. If you just throw that into a little container or something and collect that all year. And then one thing that I like to do, and this works if you use cash a lot, which I recommend people use cash instead of debit cards or credit cards. But if you're using cash, every time you get a $5 bill, put that aside. Put it in an envelope, put it in a cookie jar, just put it aside where you won't spend it. At the end of the year, you're going to have a nice little $5 fund, and then that can go towards your holiday budget, or you can treat yourself to something special for the holidays.
Love a good treat yourself.
Exactly.
Got to get yourself a gift.
Got to get right. You gotta treat yourself. Absolutely. So those are just a
Awesome.
couple little, where you're not going to feel.
Sorry, it froze for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Technology. Yay.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And then the last kind of question I wanted to touch on, I was thinking about is a lot around the holidays is giving, donating to local communities, to food shelters, maybe just carrying a little bit more cash for anyone you might find along your path. What is people tell you can get tax rebates out of these items, or what should you I don't know what my question is here. Is there any paperwork you should hold on to, I guess, after donating and things like that during the holidays that you want to remember to hold on to for a later date, or anything of that nature?
Yes. Get receipts. The tax laws have changed, so now whether you can deduct it or not is, your tax advisor will know, but I always keep receipts for everything. So even if like you give clothes to a charity, the Salvation Army, or some other place or something, at least get a receipt that you donated the clothes and stuff like that. Obviously cash, you can get a receipt for the cash and stuff like that. So keep that in case you can deduct that on your taxes, because you might as well take advantage of a tax write-off if you can get it.
Definitely. So yeah, you want to keep those in the folder for later in the year.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me just check here to see if we have any other more questions coming in.
Okay.
Getting ready just for the holiday season and just trying to save some money and plan for it wisely. So I think we could say that a lot of budgeting is needed. You can find those deals, try to use them to your advantage, think them through, don't open the credit cards, and have a good time.
Yeah.
I think COVID has taught us to live it up and to enjoy your loved ones. And so, don't break your bank, but, just enjoy the time, because that is priceless.
Absolutely. Yes. And you can have a great holiday without going severely into debt. So
100%. Well, thank you, Sue, for all this great advice today and keeping us without breaking the bank in the holidays. So we really appreciate that. And if someone contacted you, what kind of services could you provide a female? What services do you provide?
Yeah, I do a variety of things. I do financial coaching, financial planning type things. I do investments, insurance. So kind of pretty much anything in the financial area I can help with.
Awesome. Great. So if anyone does have any financial questions, just trying to build that budget, get investing, get some retirement, any other questions, you can always reach Sue. Sue works at Primerica. So her email is Sue. Let me pull it up, make sure I don't mistake this. This is not the right email. Sue, what is your email to share with the audience today?
It's S McQueen. So it's my first initial, last name, no period or anything in there. So just S McQueen at Primerica.com. And that's PRIMERICA.com.
Awesome. Sue is also one of our wonderful Purse Strings approved professionals. And so she is on our website, pursestrings.co. You can always check her out there. And we will be back again next Monday for another Money Monday. Talk to everyone soon. Bye.
Bye.